Today is Sunday, April 28, 2019 at 7:59 a.m. and I'm calling the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services DHHS Crisis Hotline that I've been calling since October with no success. And I guarantee you this will be another call that goes nowhere. Watch.
You and your license plate with the Secretary of State. The recreation passport is your key to exploring Michigan state parks, trails,
License tape. Are you calling to report a piece of neglect?
Yes.
Is this regarding an adult or a child?
An adult.
Your name, please?
My name is... What's your name, ma'am?
Cindy.
Cindy. Okay. Hi, Cindy.
And your phone number?
I'm using someone else's phone, Cindy, and I have limited use of it, but the number is 810...
We asked so that if we get disconnected, I can call you back.
Okay.
What is the last name of the person you're calling about?
I'm calling on behalf of myself.
Address? What county?
It's Lapeer.
And what's your race?
Caucasian.
Do you have a permanent phone number?
No, that number is a Skype number, ma'am. That's the only thing I've got. The DHHS supplied a non-working Obama federally funded phone in 2013 that never worked in my home. They refused to get me a working phone. I'm disabled, and I have no other means of communications, and they refused to provide me that reasonable request for access to public services. I have no access to 911 either.
What is your concern today?
Ma'am, I'm being murdered.
Could you expound on that?
How long could you live without water, ma'am? I'm 67 and a half years old. Lapeer DHHS workers, Rhonda Lansing and Tanya McCrory, botched the job installing a water heater that leaked immediately and destroyed my home, caused $15,000 worth of damage that I can't pay, and they left me without running water since November 2017, and I've been struggling to survive ever since. I've contacted every agency, including your crisis hotline, since October, and I've gotten nowhere, and everybody's just watching me die. And I'm caught in an impossible government bureaucracy maze. Everybody tells me it's not my job. It's not you're going to have to contact some other department. And I just keep going around and around and around in a loop. And my biggest problem is I'm totally organized. I've got complete evidence of what's happening to me. I've tried to defend myself. I'm right. They destroyed my house illegally. That they botched the job. They're responsible for it, but they don't want to be responsible for their damage. So what they're doing is they're ignoring me. And because it's Lapeer County, Lapeer County is a completely corrupt county. So when I called the state police went and interviewed the Lapeer DHHS workers that in May told them that they fixed my water heater and fixed my roof and that I'm in no danger. So the state police closed the case. So then I went to the Almont police and the Adult Protective Services agent that was working with me, Steve Atkinson told the Almont police that he thought that my water heater was repaired, and he lied to the Almont police, Leo Hager, saying that he thought that my water heater was fixed, when I had been writing him ever since November of 2017, begging him for help, asking for either to help me or get me a new Adult Protective Services agent because I have no running water. The DHHS and Adult Protective Services dropped the ball and they're covering it up, and I can't get any help from the police because the police are relying and they're trusting corrupt DHHS and Adult Protective Services workers, including Elaine Stoutenburg, who is an Adult Protective Services agent that I was told to contact the DHHS Crisis Hotline back in September, and I started calling this number, and I was getting nowhere. And then I found out that the reason I'm getting nowhere is because the Adult Protective Services agent, Elaine Stoutenburg, lied to your department and said that I'm in no danger because I have a grocery store right across the street. I'm disabled. I have no legal transportation. I have no way of getting food or water. And the police know this. And the Almont police came to my house with an Adult Protective Services supervisor, Dave Lynch, on December 19th, and I tried to make a complaint against this Elaine Stoutenburg that lied to your department and said that I'm in no danger. Those people know that the grocery store is a mile away. The last time I tried to get to it in 2015, riding a bike, I broke my collarbone in 4 places. I have no way of getting food or water. And I've tried every agency possible, and what's happening is rather than helping me, they're covering up for DHHS, and I'm just being put to death.
Is anybody else living in your home?
No, ma'am.
And who's your primary care doctor?
I lost my primary care doctor because in 2016 I lost my transportation to my doctors. I've neglected a surgery that I've needed since 2015, and also doctors. I haven't been treated by my doctors since October of 2016, and I also have a problem. DHHS supplied me Medicare that I didn't want. They paid it for a couple of months, then they took it back, and when I complained, they took it out of my Social Security check that I needed in November or in June of 2017 to fix my roof. They took $237 out of my Social Security check to pay back DHHS for them giving me a supplement that I didn't want, I didn't request, and couldn't use, and they knew it. And that's Social Security fraud. I can't even get that issue addressed. No one will address it. No one will put anything in writing. They're just dismissing everything every way possible that I try to defend myself. On January 7th, 7th of 2019, I attended a MAHS, Michigan Administrative Hearing Services, hearing on my issues with DHHS water heater. That's why I showed up there, and they refused to allow my 32 witnesses that I brought remotely via internet live stream. I presented 176 pages of evidence that they refused to address, and they wound up. We never got anything resolved. They wound up throwing me out of the hearing, and a police officer threatened me, saying I went into the lobby and I was sick, and the police officer followed me out and said, get up, get out, and go home. We're watching you. And I tried to file a complaint against that officer, and everybody's ignoring that too. And then they tell me, when I've tried to file a complaint against this Elaine Stoutenburg that lied to your department. That's why Cindy, you could be a really good agent and try to do your best to do a good job, but you're working on faulty information that this woman sabotaged me. I'm trying to file a complaint against her. No one will take that complaint. When I went to the Adult Protective Supervisor, Adult Protective Services Supervisor, Marie Ship. She told me that I should file a complaint with the Elmont Police and hung up on me. Then when I talked to the MAHS judge, Alice Elkin, she told me the same thing. You got to file a complaint with your local police. And then she hung up on me. Then when I called the local police, they refused to take the complaint. And when I called back and I said I want to file a complaint against the officer that refuses to take the complaint, they told me that I could come in and file that complaint. So then when I went into the office, and I went in with a video camera, they refused me to allow me to video record it. I explained my issues that they know all about, and they've known about it since September, and have been ignoring me, saying it's not our job. I'm without water, and it's a waiting game. What I'm doing is I'm being tortured. When I tried to file a complaint against Elaine Stoutenburg, the Elmont Police threw me out. There was no, and then when I called my state senator, or my state legislator, Gary Howell, and talked to his assistant hung up on me. Now they're telling me that I've got to go back to the state police and file a complaint with them against Elaine Stoutenburg, and I'm going to have to do that. But in the meantime, I've got to write a letter to the MAHS judge that dismissed my case. Dismissed my case because she's claiming that I didn't send paperwork in time, which is wrong. So that I got to go through that. Now I have to file another civil rights case against my civil rights worker that dismissed my case the day that I called him to complain to do something, and he forgot to submit a $15,000 court of claims case against DHHS workers Rhonda Lansing and Tanya McCrory and Steve Atkinson of Adult Protective Services. He was supposed to do that on August 7th, 2018. He neglected to do it. When I called him in September, he said he was doing it. When he was working on it, when I called him on December 27th, he didn't know anything about the court of claims case. When I started complaining about it, he hung up. He said, "I'm dismissing the case," and he hung up on me. And I've been trying to fight that too, and I've been trying to get a hold of his supervisor, Marie Belts, that I sent paperwork over a month ago, and I've been chasing her for the last 3 weeks. There is no. I've tried every possible, humanly possible government agency to get help, and I'm not some bum asking for a handout. They destroyed my home, and nobody will even look at my evidence. They're giving me no way out, and I'm disabled, and this is torture. I'm being tortured to death. And what the state of Michigan is going to do, if you're going to murder adult disabled senior citizens, you're going to have to set up gas chambers or something more humane than torturing me to death with depriving me with water to survive. And this is just a waiting game, ma'am. What do I do to get help today?
You said you were disabled. Could you explain your disability, please, so I can add it into the report?
I've got numerous issues, ma'am. I'm diabetic. I've got high blood pressure. I have numerous disc problems. I have rheumatoid arthritis, and I have ankylosing spondylitis.
I don't know.
It's a nerve disorder. I can't walk, man. That's the problem. And the thing is when they destroyed my home, it leaked all over my home. It destroyed all my floors. I'm living in one room, and I had the Adult Protective Services supervisor, Dave Lynch, come to my home on December 19th with the Elmont police, and he said, we're here to get you to safety. And we sat and he investigated everything. He was more than welcome to. He brought a Habitat for Humanity guy out that was capable of doing work, and they could have inspected anything they wanted to see my situation. And what he did is he declared, he said, it's uninhabitable, but the only thing that we can do for you is we can give you $1,000 to relocate you to somewhere local. And that won't even get me. I live in a mobile home that they destroyed. It's uninhabitable. If I walk out, it's going to cost me more than $1,000 because the park is going to sue me. And that's why. And then when I went to the Elmont Township wants me to pay taxes for my property taxes for the home that DHHS destroyed in 2017. When I went to fight that, they said you have to pay or die, and there's no choice. And I said it's bad law, and how do I fight it? And they said contact Gary Howell, my state legislator. That's the state legislator back on August 6th of 2018 had me thrown out of this Imlay City town hall meeting when I tried to get these issues resolved. I've tried every agency possible, and I'm not a bum. I'm being held. I'm being murdered. I tried to make get. I had in 2016. I had a job offer. I had a buyer for my home, and I had a way to move to a warm climate on doctor's orders. But the state of Michigan wouldn't allow me to take my job. They allowed me to buy a car that I bought on payments. That I had to pay the tax, pay the insurance, pay the license fee, and then they told me I couldn't drive it until I paid almost $6,000 in 16-year-old driver's oversight fees that Gary Howell later championed and said that he repealed. But in the meantime, I've been fighting, trying to keep my job offer for the last 2 years, which I lost back just the last 2 months because I couldn't get anything resolved. And instead of having a way out, I'm just being murdered. The state of Michigan gave me no way out. I've tried every government agency. I've tried both legal services, any free services. I have limited use of a phone, and it cost me $75 to get up to Lapeer just anytime I want to go file paperwork or go see someone or get any. I try to defend myself in any way. It's a matter of they're just murdering people. They're giving me no way out. This has got to be exposed, because if they're doing it to me, they're doing it to other struggling Michigan residents, ma'am. And it's bad government that needs to be fixed.
Are you a veteran?
No, ma'am.
Who's your emergency contact?
I don't have any. I'm stuck. I am stuck in a mobile home with no transportation, no way of getting around, no way of getting food, no water. How long could you last? You know how would you flush?
So what you're saying is something happened to you, there's like no relative or anybody to contact. Is that what I'm hearing? Okay, I will get this typed up and submitted to the supervisor who will review it and... Wait a minute, I knew I had your address down here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Okay, who will review it and determine if it meets the criteria for an investigation.
I know, ma'am, let's go past this. It's not going to happen. Because I call.
Okay, that's our policy. That's the way we handle things. There's nothing else.
Can I get a referral number on this call?
We don't have referral numbers for adult protective care.
Yes, you do. I have one. Yes, you do. I have one.
Okay, sir, they are not generated at this level. They get generated after the report is filed, but our system is down.
Ma'am, I'll give you the referral. I'll give you the referral number when I called and talked to Travis on 4/25/19. The referral number was 845-244.
Okay, but he could not have given you that at the time you made the call.
Oh, yes, he did.
Well, I don't know how he did it.
I don't work for your department. That's the problem. This is going nowhere. And when I called Tanya.
I'm telling you right now, the system is down. I can't make a referral other than to put it on paper.
Okay, what I'm telling you is I need you. How do I'm dying. I need water today. And I told that to Tanya on the 23rd, and I told her that yesterday, and she hung up on me.
Sir, all I can do.
What I'm telling you, every time I call, no one does anything. I don't hear from anybody. This is your department is dysfunctional, ma'am. How can you say I've called in the last week? This is the fourth call, and there's been no response, nothing. And you're supposed to respond within 72 hours. I was supposed to hear from somebody. I didn't hear from anybody. And you have the proof of that. You go take a look at your audit trail, and you'll see it. And this, don't do it now. Do it when you get up. But what I'm telling you is you got a down system. It's like I'm calling 911, telling you I'm dying, and people are just don't even respond. But I have to pay taxes for this. I don't understand. Do you know how insulting that is?
Okay, so I am telling you what it is I can and cannot do. I am going to submit this to the supervisor for processing, or for his review, but it's not going into the system until the system comes back up later. If it is accepted for an investigation, based on... If it is not, sir, please do not interrupt me, because I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. If it is not accepted for an investigation, you should be getting a letter in the mail in about 10 business days. And maybe that's why you haven't heard anything. Maybe it's been just too slow.
No, ma'am. I have problems with my postal mail because I'm not getting my postal mail, and they know that too.
Okay.
Ma'am, do you understand this is a crisis call? I'm dying, and you can't tell me that. Are you there? Did you hang up on me? Governor Gretchen Whitmer, State Senator Kevin DALEY, State Legislator Gary Howell, did you hear just what happened to me today? Today is Sunday, 4/28, 2019. How am I supposed to get water? Does anybody care?